boys and girls. Today I want to talk about a very serious subject, and this is not a troll and this is not a joke. I'm going to remind you a very important history lesson that was taught a long time ago. Those who forget history are doomed to forget it. So I urge you that the reason that the World War I veterans always urged you to never forget the cost of World War I was so it never be repeated. At the end of World War I, there was millions dead. The United States, France, and Germany imposed such a hellacious and costly toll on Germany for reparation that it caused Germany to go into deep despair, poverty, and a lot of other atrocities, as well as being bullied by the French, which is true, and you can check your history books on that. There's a lot of parallels here, because once there was a leader who wanted to make his country great again. Adolf Hitler wanted to take Germany out of the poverty, which like we are now, and make it a great country. You have to remember, the United States and Canada were never great until after World War II. Throughout the ages, Germany was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, of all the European Union. They were a large country, and Hitler wanted to make Germany great again. Hitler also euthanized, and that's an invented term by him, euthanized anybody with mental disability or a handicap. He also wanted to get rid of any foreigners out of his land. Hitler was one of, and probably the second worst monster in history. The first being Stalin. You can fight and dispute over who was worse. However, when you look at the death toll of millions of people, it doesn't really matter. They were both horrendously horrible people. That should never be forgotten. In today's world, we seem to have forgotten the costs that our parents, our grandparents, have paid for us to have our freedom. Well, I do feel bad for my American friends because it would seem that they've been robbed of a legitimate candidate to vote for this coming fall. We have a crook in Hillary Clinton. Well, she did a very serious crime and has been just allowed to get away with it because of who she is. But we have somebody far worse. Somebody who wants to make the United States great again. Somebody who wants to get rid of immigrants. If it wasn't for immigration, he wouldn't be a part of the United States. Let me remind you that we are not immigrants here unless you're an actual Native American. We invaded this land, we committed atrocities for this land, and we inhabit this land, but we're not native here. If it wasn't for immigration, none of us would be here. Nor would Donald Trump ever have wives, because none of them were English or Canadian or American as far as I'm aware. If it wasn't for immigration, there'd be tons of people displaced on this planet who would be treated badly, terrorized, tortured. This is why we're great. It's because we accept, Canada, United States, accepts people into our home and treats them like one of us. Well, yes, there are people who abuse that and do the wrong thing. There are plenty more who do give back to our communities. It is wrong for Donald Trump to sit there and make fun of the disabled, the mentally challenged. It is wrong for Donald Trump to go back to 1930s thinking and treating women as if they're lesser beings. It is wrong for Donald Trump to think that he's going to get rid of the internet. And why would Mexico ever build a wall across the United States and then pay for it themselves? If you want the wall made, hey, by all means, that's your right as an American government, but you're the ones that are going to end up paying for it. However, be it, it's very ignorant. I'm not going to sit and say that the United States should always have so many illegal immigrants in there, but maybe there's some truth to be told that these illegal immigrants are doing the work that some people are too lazy to do themselves. This is 2016. I'm not wearing a vendetta mask. If you're looking at my Facebook, you can figure out who I am, and I'm not afraid of you. I'm speaking the truth. There will come a time when the people will come up in arms to deal with this kind of garbage, because when you have nobody real to vote for, what happens? Do we let tyranny get away with taking our freedom? Do we let tyranny start world wars? Because when you start trying to poke fun of Russia, Korea, and China, what do you expect them to do? The United States is not the largest military in the planet or the world police. It is a civilized, independent country. One